Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Synsei Inc. And today I'm here with a very special guest, man. We got Tyquan in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, excited, man. My fans have been asking me probably the last 2 or 3 months you should do a Ty collab. And I knew of you, of course. You infamous in the community, but I never had a chance to really chop it up with you. So I reached out to you, especially after the travesty, which was Reverie 9, you feel me? We don't got to get into that too much, but
Dope.
you know what I mean? I had to, you feel me, reach out. And I was asking today, it's crazy, just real quick before we get into it, a little backstory. So I'm on Twitch, we're streaming. One of my homies, shout out to Billy Bob in the Twitch chat, he says, yo,
Billy Bob.
you know Billy Bob?
I know Billy Bob.
Yeah. He said, yo, watch the Tyquan 1000 finest, the best moments. And I said, all right, bet.
Did he make that or no?
Nah, it was somebody else that made it.
Oh, okay.
So, but he's told me he watched it a bunch of times. It's hilarious. And I said, all right, bet. So I put it on, we get to watching it. And it was the moment that had me dead. Cause you used Brago and correlated it to Luffy being the 5th emperor. And you was like, yo, like, Brago, you just hit 10,000 subs. And Brago, they all laughed. He was like, yeah. And he was like, yo, that's like, I seen a bunch of comments like, yo, congratulations. But I see one that said, yo, Brago not ready for 10,000 subs. And I lost it, yo, when you use that metaphor, that shit had me so weak, bro. And I was like, yo, but it was fire though. Analogy that you used was fire though, because if you think about it, it's like, yo, it don't matter that someone said you aren't ready, you're still that. You feel me? And that was the whole point. So, which I was like, man, and I watched you talk, and a lot of times, looking at it in hindsight, there's times where people will say like, nah, he's not making sense and stuff, but looking at it in hindsight,
right over and over. And
but listen,
over,
if you look at it in hindsight, Tyquan, it's like a lot of stuff he was saying in that video. I said, hold on, he might be spitting though, like he kind of spitting a little bit. So you feel me?
I'm not trying to say like every single thing I didn't say that has been correct, but like in hindsight, 8 out of 10 of that stuff I've been correct, and I got the receipts from a bunch of that stuff. Like I've been correct on, but I think probably like and I was getting stuff correct before that, but I think on Whole Cake Island I was bubbling up stuff. Like I seen judges like how strong he was and stuff like that. A lot of people was thinking he was Yonko level, or he was something close or something like that, because he was rolling with Big Mom. I'm like, I was disappointed in his fight with Sanji. I'm like, nah, dude got to be a scientist or something like that. He ain't with the and then next thing you know, he ended up being a scientist and stuff like that. It's like a lot of stuff. It'd be like people will be arguing with me in the moment about stuff. So it's like me versus 9 people arguing whatever and stuff like that. But then let a couple of chapters pass, I'm proven right in the manga. So it's like it's like people gotta listen more and stop trying to. It's this thing where it's like I can't. Sometimes if you see, I can't even explain, because it's like they just try to cut me off rip. And it's like, and I go hard because I'm like, no, I know I'm not just saying no wild stuff. I know, like, I'm looking at the manga, I'm reading, I'm comparing stuff. I'm like, I know I researched what I said. And I know, like, you still got to try to see, like, okay, like, it didn't come true yet, right? But I know that these are good theories, or these are good points that I'm making. So it's like I go hard for it, and then they come right. So, it's not like I'm just saying stuff, and it's like they're never coming true. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. Nah, I had to give you, your respect on that. You know what I mean? But
and with Brago, I was talking to Dustin Reacts one time or whatever like that. Like and we were talking and stuff like that. I was like, yo, son, like right now, son, like Brago got he still got the channel, right? Then he got BDA Law. I'm like, yo, so Brago is like Blackbeard right now. So with the 2 devil fruits, son.
Yo, nah, facts.
That's like another Brago.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, so today I had to bring you on, bro. Wanted to talk about Wano with you, as I said off stream before I started recording, but want to pick your brain on Wano. But real quick, man, we can get into the most recent chapter 1021.
Oh, okay.
So let me get your just initial thoughts and how you felt about the chapter, because everybody's already heard my thoughts.
So I do appreciate you bringing me up on here. What happened in the Reverie, that was bad and stuff like that, and just like like that shouldn't happen again moving forward. Like I'm too important in the community for that to be like that. But I do appreciate you bringing me on, because I'm in a lot of people like subscribers and stuff like that. They mess with me, but people be trying to like duck the, like, I'm like like act like they don't see those comments or they won't put me on and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you. Like, okay, you know what? Y'all want Ty? All right, I'll bring Ty on.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Of course, got to.
So you said like what I thought about the recent chapter.
Yeah, chapter 1021,
right.
man. What you thinking about it?
So what I was thinking about it, I was reading it and stuff like that. I'm like, hold on, this is all right. This was Robin's fight, right? I'm like, oh, okay, this is Robin's fight, but not for nothing though. The way that it was, I'm like, yo, this is whack, yo. This is like Robin, like, this actually fighting and stuff like that. This ain't like, I don't know, to me, because it's like, like the top tier fights, right? It'd be the Zoro fights, the Sanji fights, and so then it kind of go like the Jinbe fights. Maybe Frankie fight will be good, maybe it won't be, but then I think like it starts to trickle down, whatever like that. So I was not impressed with the Robin fight. So that was at first though, as I'm reading it, but then he go demon child mode or something. I'm like, oh, he turned it up. I'm like, all right, this is now I like this. But see, I keep it real though. To me, like if he didn't turn her up like that, that joint would have been whack to me. Cause it's
I'm not gonna lie, cause she was getting punished at first, bro.
Yeah, and like, at this initially point in the game, she needs to be stronger. So like that had me, but it was dope how he played with it. He like, this is what y'all think Robin is or something like that. But nah, yo, this is because it's like, why they call her demon child? We never read, but it's like, oh, she been holding that. Then it was dope. So,
she pulled out. It was, I think it's called Demonio Floor. That's what it was called. That joint is crazy.
That joint was dope.
Form. Yeah, I like that.
To the point where, like, I think, not exactly because it wasn't the same stuff put into the fight, but it's like I kind of like her fight more than Frankie fight.
Nah, I did too. I did too. Not at first. I'm with you. Not at first, but once the demon mode came out, after it was all said and done, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of liking this. People were debating more so with that fight with the Jinbe one. I still am jacking the Jinbe one a little bit more.
I feel you.
Only, but really for me, it's only because of like it was so much lore in that fight. Like that fight was action plus. You got the whole moment with him and Jinbe and like him making the little racist comments about the fishermen and like that moment. But then you also got the Gomu stuff. He did something. He did something where we don't even really know what he did. Like I think it was like he did like a armament hockey. No. I think he did like a King Conqueror's hockey block, or he did like a level 2 armament hockey block. Remember that thing? Yeah, so like we still got to know more about that. I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, is this better than Jinbe fight too? But it's like, it's tricky because it's like, yeah, okay, I'll give it to Jinbe fight. But the tricky thing is, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with her fight is better than Jinbe fight only because check this out, right? How much they hyped Jinbe fight up, right? Yeah.
Who's who? Oh, who's this? Oh, I know you from somewhere. And it's this, and it's like they hyped that up, so that's supposed to be dope. But with Robin, it wasn't really hyped up like that so far.
Another thing, but let me ask you this though, Ty. Do you think that are we taking anything into consideration with how much and how long we've wanted a Robin fight though? Because I feel like that goes into it too, like to make it even more hype. You feel me? Because people have been asking about a Robin fight for so long since Scott Pierre. You remember that's the last time she really got a one-on-one.
True. Yeah, people was complaining about that. See, like, for me, like I can't speak for the whole community. For me, that didn't play a part in it because you seen how underwhelmed I was at first. So it was like, I don't care if she's fighting. This how she fight, this how strong she is. I don't care.
Nah, that's true.
But I do think that's the difference. Like to me, like real One Piece fans is paying attention to what's happening, and they not just like, oh, Robin, finally, this is dope. It's like, no, let it be dope, and then say it's dope. You know what I mean? Like I think sometimes stuff like that happens.
Cause that's how I was. I was like, I'm happy that we're finally getting a Robin fight, but I want to see how it plays out. Like I want to see how is she grown, does she have something we haven't seen? And when like you said at first, I was like, man, but then when she pulled out the, you feel me, the Yamin, I was like, all right, she's going crazy.
Nah, yeah, and even the whole thing, like, they made that joke, like, you ain't gonna ask a skeleton dude to help you, and like, she don't need my help, yo, you wildin'.
Yeah, Brook was talking heavy, bro. I like that Oda decided to. Oh, go ahead, bro.
One thing that I think that's important that was mentioned in this Robin fight though, remember when Robin was like, this ain't gonna be quick?
Yeah.
I think that set the tone for all of these Toby Roppo fights where it's like, you see a lot of these with like one chapter fights or just quick fights. It seemed like it got shortened. It's like, I think for Oda, a lot of these fights, he had the idea like, yo, these aren't gonna be quick, which is why all the fights were so quick.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Because I noticed, I think every fight, well, not every, but except for the Jinbe one, and I think the Robin one were like 2 chapters. But I think Most of the other ones got wrapped up in like one. I'm pretty sure.
Now, yeah, definitely very short fights.
Yeah, nah, that's fire. I like that Oda chose to have Brook go ahead and like do what Brook does. Fodder? Yeah, well, he had Brook do what Brook does though. But
Brook is trash, son. He's fighting fine. I was just okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like this chapter was so dope. I wasn't worried about it, and I liked how he played the role. Like I liked how what happened. But the last chapter before that, I'm like, yo, because people stay trying to be like, oh, we want Brook versus Apu. No, they are not on the same level. And this is another thing that I was correct about. I said Apu's power level mad early in one of the King of Lightning power scaling streams, and he was giving me mad flack for the rank that I put Apu at, and he holded that rank down. Dude had he knocked Luffy out. He was banging on Zoro. Then he was popping on Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Killer. Then he went and he like blocked Zoro and X Drake at the same time. Dude was wilding, and then he fought in X Drake on a 1v1. He made X Drake go hybrid. It's like even if he then he got attacked by Kid in the like he did too much. Dude is like
people forgot that he hit Kizaru on Sabaody too. Like people be forgetting that. Like
correct. And I tried to tell people is that Kizaru was only able to get up like it was nothing because Apu didn't have hockey back then. If he had hockey, he would have been cut in half. Not like that would have one shot when KO'd him though, but
it would have did more damage. But since Kizaru that low gear, he just reformed his body.
Yeah, Brook is not nowhere near that level of like Apu and some of the other supernovas. But it's like I was disappointed to see. It's like even though like I think Brook is trash because from what I see, he's trash to me.
No, I get that. I just didn't. I honestly, I'm. It's like I'm conflicted, right? Because it's like on one hand, I'm like, yeah, Brook was fighting fodder, but I also kind of wanted him out of the fight. I didn't want him to like be in that Robin fight, and like I didn't want it to be a 2v1.
True. But no, true. Like I agree with you. The 2v1 is kind of whack.
Yeah.
But even though, so it's like when I see Brook do something, I'll give him his credit. It's like okay, I'm hyped for Robin because she's about to get her fight, but then it's like, but he fighting fodder though. But what I'm saying would have been better is like it should have been like a big bad like number one or something like that, and Brook should have fought him or something like that. Not like you fighting fodder because like people would have been upset if Sanji wouldn't have fought Queen. Right, and he just would have been lost the whole time, or that would have been it.
So you think maybe a situation where like
if Brook don't get a fight, if Brook don't get a fight when this is over, like a serious fight, I don't count fodder as fight. He's trash.
Yeah, nah, that is trash. Nah, that's trash.
People be like, oh, but he cut Big Mom Zoo. No, that was a double foot advantage. That does not count.
Yeah, that if he I agree with you.
I must be confused. I must be confused, Synsei. But tell me something, right? Since I'm saying Brook is trash, like what did he do? Like what work he put in that I must have missed that he's not.
The only thing that people bring up is his performance on Whole Cake. That's it. For the most part,
double foot advantage. That's not being
all,
to me.
That's all they bring up. But that and they him getting the poneglyph rubbing, they bring that up too, and that's not popping on anybody. That's what people. But you asked me the question, I answered it. That's what people bring up.
Got you. Like, okay, so look, so when he's trash, that's it. He got to do something. So all right. So with that being said, like, let me see what would make him. And even that, like, I'm being nice. If the number. If it was a dope number and Brook beat him, whatever. But like to be honest, though, at this point, like he needs. I
don't even think the numbers is popping. When I seen Yamato one shot Hacha, I was like, bro, nah, I'm not jacking the numbers because initially I thought it was gonna be like a situation where the numbers was gonna be slick, nice, and like Usopp, Chopper, like Brook and them could like mess with the numbers, and then I seen like Hacha, who isn't confirmed to be the leader of the numbers, but like has the portrayal of it, like. Hacha had the portrayal of like being the leader of the numbers to me, and
this is what Brook.
Go ahead.
Oh, now that I got it.
Now I was just saying, and I seen Yamato literally not even hit it. She didn't even hit the Hacha with the club. It was air from the club. It was like pressure from the club knocked him out. Like
Yamato different though.
Yeah, Yamato is different, but it's like that made me feel like, man, the numbers ain't like that. Like.
But no, true. Like they definitely not like that. But I did see like Yamato fighting Kaido for kind of too long. But it's like, yo, like, what level Yamato on? I do think like Yamato is dope for the crew, but I do think that like, we might not get Yamato for the crew because how we getting somebody like that? Look how long they made.
Yeah, she different.
Yeah. What I was gonna say something about all right, look, if Brook wants to if Brook wants to redeem himself from not being trash, if there's any of them left, he needs to at least beat one of those what's those ninjas thing? You know, the one that like Raizo was his rival, was one of the guys' rivals.
The Fukajo or something like that.
Yeah, if one of them is nice that's left, Brook needs to beat one of them and at least something.
Yeah, nah, for sure, bro. Cause yeah, the fodder. I want feeling the fodder. For sure.
But besides that, towards the end of the chapter,
let's talk about the Momo stuff.
I felt like the way the chapter ended was kind of whack because that was the obvious thing that people thought was gonna happen. That Shinobi would use her fruit to like make him grow up and stuff like that. So that was kind of whack. But what's hype about it though, right? Is that I used to think when he was first introduced that his dragon form was weak like that because he had a smile or because it was a fake devil fruit. But it's looking like now that he's weak like that because of his age. And if he was to grow older, he would be as big as Kaido or just bigger. So it would be dope. Like Luffy on little Momo's dope flying up there. But if it's like if Luffy goes up there with like some Omega Shenron, not Shenron, what is it? It's Shenron, right? Like if he goes up there with something like some big giant, that's gonna be dope, like a dope moment. Like that's bringing the roof.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, cause like Luffy flying in like on the dragon.
And Kaido like yo, what is it? And then Kaido I don't even think he really know about that they cloned his. No, okay, he knows because he was trying to get Momo, but it's like. What? Like that's probably like Big Momo is probably what he's scared of.
Yo, let me ask you this, Tyquan. Now that we know that he's getting aged up and he's gonna be a bigger dragon, right? Do you think the stuff that happened before when Yamato was explaining the sea clouds to him with Onigashima, now I think Momo is gonna be the one to save Onigashima at this point. You remember he was asking like, how was it? And Yamato was explaining that's an ability that dragons do. They can, the sea cloud stuff that was making Onigashima float. Now that he's bigger, I feel like he's gonna be what stops Onigashima from like crashing into the flower capital, in my opinion.
Yeah, that'll definitely be dope if he brings Luffy up there, right, to fight Kaido, but then he's like, trying to stop it from falling while Luffy fights Kaido. I didn't think about that, but I'm definitely like on board with him being able to like, use the clouds.
And I think that would be that would be fire for him too. Cause like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, tell me what you think about this. And but I think Momo, from where we met him in Punk Hazard till now, has grown a lot. Like,
oh, definitely, like, in the right appropriate way. I think like what people kept saying that I didn't agree with. People kept saying like Momo's gonna beat somebody, and I'm like, no, because he's too like little and weak to beat somebody. That's not gonna be his role. I like how he stepped it up. What point was that? How he like when Kaido was like, look, if you say that you're not Odin's son, I'll let you live. But he was like, no, I'm the son of Odin. Yeah. And he gave the momentum.
Even from the beginning of the raid, like him, because you remember he had that recollection of Zoe where Kinemon had asked for help, and then he had, Luffy was basically telling him, nah, you asked me. And he had that recollection when Kanjuro had him yoked up, and he was like, no, go ahead, continue the mission, I'm gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like even from there, like he just was stepping up. He tried to grab, like even when he tried to grab the knife on the side and try to slice Kanjuro up. Like, you know what I mean? Like he just been manning up, and I think him saving Onigashima is gonna be super gas for his character, bro. Like
dope. And if like I don't know if they, because like I don't know how beast this dragon is. But like if he's not gonna be able to touch Kaido. But yeah, so he'll probably end up like doing that, and it'll be dope and stuff like
because
that.
The thing is, like Shinobu explained it, you gotta remember, like she's telling him like, look, you're gonna be bigger, but you're still gonna have that mentality of a child. Like your mind's not gonna mature. So we can't assume, like, because I seen some people saying some wild things on Twitter. I mean, you know how Twitter is, saying like he's gonna like be able to fight now. Like, no, he doesn't. He's still gonna have his same mind. He doesn't know. He doesn't have hockey. He doesn't have
exactly.
The combat capability to fight. He doesn't have any of that. It's just now he's bigger. His physical is bigger.
I think if he's gonna fight, not like he can't fight, because I think he has a beast of a devil fruit. So like he can probably like fight like wait, what is it? A headliner? Wait, what was Hold'em? No. Wait, it's Hold'em, right? Who was that? That's the guy that Luffy knocked out before. Like
I think so. I don't know what he is.
And like Speed, right? Those are like headliners, right?
I think the headliners are they're headliners. Yeah, because All Stars are the calamities and shit. So
so like maybe.
Yeah. What about Orochi?
Somebody like that. Orochi.
Yeah. Cause who's taking?
Like,
who's taking him out? Cause he still got one head left. That's what a lot of people have been asking. Like, is that gonna be a Momo thing, or you still think? Cause I remember I still remember back in, I forgot the exact chapter number, but back when the chapter that Denjiro and back when he was Kiyoshiro and Zoro clash, Zoro said he was gonna kill Orochi.
Yeah.
So do you think it'll be a situation? You think it's gonna be Zoro? Like, how you think that's gonna be played out?
Okay. So with Momo, I don't think he has the strength to beat Orochi. But I think like Heldum or like if he was gonna fight, it would be somebody like that. I think what happens with Orochi is that, to me, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, to me, he's not a bad guy anymore. Like, I know he's a bad guy to some people, but I say that because, like, Kaido, last thing we know, Kaido killed him. I know that the Scabbards went and killed him too again, but it's like, to me, right? Like, he wants to kill Kaido now to me. Like, so it's like if his enemy, like if his enemy is Kaido now, right? And our enemy is Kaido now, and I get the Scabbards did what they did, right? But I don't think that we kill him again because we have the same enemy.
Right. So it's like a situation where it's like now we kind of have a mutual alliance just because we have a common enemy type thing. Like we're not really aligned, like we not cool, but we got the same enemy, so it's like indirectly we're working for the same goal.
Correct. Like I was actually thinking like something was gonna happen because CP0 is there and they haven't really like got in yet, but like he might do something like spill some beans to CP0 or like, you know what I mean, like do something where like he helps our side of things. And I don't really know what's gonna happen with him after that, but I don't think maybe somebody will defeat him, but I think like he's gonna end up. I feel like he's on our side. Some more people might switch.
I agree with you too, because the Scabbards definitely. I believe it was Kinemon that said this, and quote me in the comments if I'm wrong, or who did say it. But I know someone said it, but they said that Kaido is the true enemy. That they're worried about Kaido, not Orochi. Orochi was never really the true enemy. Kaido's the one that's going to be the threat and has been the power behind Orochi this whole time. So I agree with you. I think that Kaido is just
because he has nothing to gain by like if Orochi. All right, the samurai is different, right? But like if he pops on, like I feel like if he pops on our side, he has nothing to gain because you're popping on Luffy's side just so Kaido can kill you again because you're gonna get killed again. You're not saying a lot. That was. Yeah, so it's like I feel like he's gonna end up helping us somehow.
Okay.
Another thing that I said, I know this is off topic though, but I said this before, is that I feel like even like Akainu at some point joins our side. I don't see him as like somebody he's gonna be like an enemy that we continue to fight. I think that like he starts to see the messed up stuff on the government side, on the higher up, and it's to the point where it's like, okay, like I ain't signed up for all of this emu, this so crazy stuff, the 5L, like all this stuff y'all was doing on this. Nah. So I feel like even at some point he joins us because Oda likes like making these people be our enemy first, like with Crocodile, and then later you see how Crocodile's like, look, Luffy, I'm not even on that.
With Smoker too.
Yeah, with Smoker too, even with Katakuri and stuff like that. So I do think that just Akainu is a little bit tricky though, because he did scar Luffy, and Legend Mac made a great point one time, is that in a lot of mangas and stuff like that, once somebody scars somebody, they gotta fight. Right? So but it can still be like a fight, and then they realize like, okay, we on the same side. Type of thing.
Now I could definitely I've seen that in shonen a multitude of times. Two people will fight, have a crazy fight, and then like realize they might have a common goal in mind, or just realize they might have more in common than they think. You know what I mean? I don't think Akainu and Luffy are going to be friends or anything. I think at that point that's pretty sully, but I do agree, kind of like the point you brought up with the Orochi situation in Kaido. It could be a situation where Akainu, like you said, is like, man, they doing some demented things over here, and he's more of an absolute justice. He wants the world to be in a structural way, but he's just willing to go all the way to the left to accomplish it. Like there's nothing that he's not willing to do to like create justice. That so if he realizes like they not too, right, he might. Yeah, I agree with you. But what's up, bro?
Yeah, and if he's like because he has the sword tattoo though, so I know like a lot of people was with that. Okay, he's in sword, and some people was like, nah, he's not. But like if he's a member of sword, then that's even more reason of where like, okay, sword is like trying to see what's up on the back end of the government anyway. So they might turn sides. That's like even more reason why he might be, especially if like these other people are with Sword. I think too. I think like Shanks might be Sword or whatever like that. He doesn't have to be. He might be. I think Shanks might be Sword. I think that Akainu might be Sword because like with Aokiji, right? Check this out, right? With Aokiji, right? When the Gorosei was upset, like that powerhouse is over there on the other side, whatever. The way that Akainu answered it, he was kind of like, "Yo, don't worry about it," in a way type of thing. Kind of like I'm not worrying about it, so y'all not worrying about it, but almost like I'm not worrying about it because I know like to where it's like, okay, Akainu and Aokiji, they staged it to look like they hated each other and he went over there, whatever. But like Akainu knows that Aokiji is over there on Sword.
Ty, it's
like,
so crazy, bro. I literally made a video using those points. I swear to God, bro. Like I was like, bro, I used that same point. I said when he was talking to the Gorosei and they told him about Aokiji, that's not typical Akainu. He didn't act upset about it. He didn't even blink at it. He said he's none of our concern. So it's like, why would you say he's none of our concern? You know what I mean? Unless you knew something, unless you was hip about something that we wasn't.
And we know he hates pirates. Yeah, correct. I definitely agree with all that.
Yeah, that's fire.
And like if he's not Sword, then like if he's not Sword, then like I think that he still probably knows about the Aokiji thing. But I do think that Sword is trying to like go up against the Gorosei and probably like Imu and stuff like that. Are they like, you know, sending the spies there and like how they got X-Drake and stuff like that in Wano.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do want to see how all of that plays out and stuff.
Where you see things going from here up until the climax of it.
And some people wasn't feeling the Yashua stuff when he died. To me, I was feeling all of that. Like I like how he was introduced. He was rolling with Zoro. It's like
people didn't like the people. Zoro. I didn't even know that people didn't like the Yasui death.
I don't really understand why he's getting it in fighting Kaido right now, and they've been like outnumbered, and the Grand Fleet is somewhere else. Like where y'all at?